welcome back to part 6 of the K24A2 Breakdown. So we are almost coming to the end of this video series as far as the breakdown. Today we are tackling taking off the oil pump, and yeah, well, let's get started with that first. But I want to clear up at least one big question I keep getting on Instagram. Are you going turbo, supercharged, or NA? Guys, I'm going NA. Since I'm going to be on track a lot as versus when I used to do a lot of drag racing, I'm still going to drag race, maybe not as much as the last couple seasons, but this is going to be mostly a road race car. And I've heard it's better if, unfortunately, you're not blown or turboed or anything like that. Oh well, that's okay. So NA. Okay, so taking off the oil pump. First thing we're going to do is take off the sprocket right here. Then we're going to go ahead and tackle these 3 bolts, and then these 2 Allen nuts, Allen nuts, and then we'll pull it all off. So let's get going. Okay, and this is a 14 millimeter. There we go. Put that down there. Whew. If I'm a little punchy, we actually just came back from the Ocean Beach show this morning. It was super fun. There were so many cars, Pagani, a Senna GTR, which was super sick. So if you see this video tonight, my stories should still be up and ready for viewing, and you'll see the caliber of cars we got to look at this morning. Super cool. Okay, so these 3 are 10 millimeter bolts right here. And you can see that came apart really, really quick. So the guide, there we go, like that. And I like to kind of keep the parts together, so I'm just gonna put the screws back through the holes so I don't lose them. Okay, beautiful. Now we're gonna do the Allen key right here. So what I'm gonna do, should I do it like that? Yeah, why not? Actually, no. Oh, these are always so, oh, there we go. Okay. Oops. Okay, not quite as bad as the head bolts, but there we are. Got a lot of laughter on that one. That was funny. It cracks me up too, because I always think I can, you know, I'm strong enough. My legs are freakishly strong. I can kind of use them for stability, support, whatever. But sometimes there's those bolts, I just can't. I just can't. Okay, so that's, you can see, is all coming apart right now. So this is the guide. And now I'm going to take off, I think I can take off the chain. Not quite yet. I think there's one more thing we got to, well. Oh, easy enough. Super sick. Let's move on. Okay, with that mechanism off, now we're ready to take off the actual oil pump. So there's 4 bolts altogether, 2 14s and 2 12s. So I am going to start with the 14s. And I'm thinking, why did I wear one of my favorite hoodies? Actually, do we have a towel we could put this down? Stuff I should have prepared for before we started filming. Thanks, babe. Seems a little stuck. Thanks. There we go. See, I got it, you guys. I got it. Yeah, make sure this is the 14. Yep. Ah, lovelier sound. Okay, now we're switching to the 12. And I may need to break them, but let's try the Ugg and Chugga first. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Well, that was exciting. So this should just, we may need to break it a little bit with Weird. Yeah. Thank you. And so we're gonna just lightly tap. See if that does anything for me. I feel like I'm playing baseball. Oh, perfect. Okay, guys, that's what it looks like off. Let's move on. Okay, now we're pulling out the windage trays. It's this guy right here, it's labeled A, and this guy here that's labeled B. And they're all 10mm bolts, and so they should come out pretty easily. Do not adjust your oinking. That is indeed my dog. Okay, so that one's off. I'll hand that to the floor. And now these two. Little oinky pig. Okay, they're off. Moving on. Okay, guys, you ever have your engine on the stand and then you realize this is not going to quite work? We had bolted it in so that if we had continued working on it and, you know, tearing it apart, poof, it would have exploded on the ground. So now the block is safely on the ground and we're ready to continue. So now we're going to tackle the lower block bolts. And these are 14mm, and there is, I want to say 14 of them. I've labeled them. So anyway, and it's greasy, so I may be like, where did I put 6? Okay, what else do I want to say? Oh yes, we are doing a half turn. So let's get started. Okay, so one is over here. One. And I think that is it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on. Okay, my bad, guys. They're actually 12mm and not 14. So now that they're all loose, which means they're not torqued anymore, you can go ahead and use your favorite power gel. Now, when I say this, don't cook fully with gas, just a little, and not full out. And now I can just go all the way around. At least we don't have the rain accompanying us today. It was cold at the show, but it was gorgeous blue skies. Thank you, sir. Come on. There we are. And is all of them. Yay. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Main bearing bolt time. So these also have a particular sequence, and we're only going to turn them about a quarter until they're a little bit loose, and then we're going to do another quarter until they're a little bit even more loose, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see if I can get these broke. Okay, so this is one. There we go. Okay, so that's one. We got two. See, and I think that is all. Okay, well, I almost slipped. I'm not going to do that for the camera again, so I'm just going to continue this off camera, but just know it's going to take maybe 2 or 3 times. Okay, once they're loose enough that you can turn and twist by hand and take them out, you can go ahead and again use your power tool, my favorite part. So again, don't go full cooking with fire or whatever, just a slight beep should do it. And again, these are long boys. Oh, I know, Paul. Let's move on. So from what I can tell, there are no pry points on the sides, so be careful with that. However, there are a couple on the long boy sides. So like right here, and then there's one on the other side as well. So I'm going to start off with this side, and maybe I can, oh yeah, nice. So you can see it's lifting up. I'm going to go ahead and lift from this side, and okay, so I did find another pry point over here, but this one is too wide, so I'm going to swap for a smaller one. Oh yeah, you guys hear that satisfying plunk? So I think we maybe, probably just, I hear the Honda Bond or whatever it is. Okay, I may need to bang on it a little bit, but I think, let's see. I think I need to keep doing that a few times because it's still sticky as, you know what. So you can see it's definitely coming apart, but I don't want to accidentally crush anything. So I think I can use the hammer on it, huh? Just a little bit, or where did the hammer go? Okay, I've got a couple of potential solutions for getting this top half off. I'm excited, clearly. Okay, so I made myself a little handhold here, and I've got my hammer. So I'm going to hammer up just very, very lightly, like that, and let's see if that works. Let's do one more for good measure. It's like literally, oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, this is awesome. I'm gonna put this down, and I think we're almost done, you guys. Getting up there anyway. Okay, connecting rod bolt time. And just to make this video a little bit shorter, I had Dee break them loose because he was like, let me just try the first one. And he was like grunting and groaning. So I didn't really want to put myself out there again like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to do like a full turn. Obviously they're a little bit looser. You gotta be careful not to hit the actual connecting rod. So just be careful on that. And yeah, these are those weird bolts. So weird. There we go. Okay, perfect. Moving on. Okay, I should have told you guys in the beginning, E14 inverted Torx. That's what the heck these are. And if you have your block on the floor, make sure it's on a pad, because obviously you don't want to scrape up either your floor or the block, or do damage to either, which I guess is basically what I said, but in a different way. Okay, now you can go ahead and use your power tool. Just again, be careful. So that's about how long they are. Sweet, let's move it on. Okay, now we're gonna take off the rod caps. So an easy way to do this is insert 2 bolts back in, squeeze together, and gently lift off. Now these are in a particular sequence, and so it's a good idea to lay out the bolts that are left and just kind of place them like 1, 2, 3, and so forth, exactly how they are right here. So let's go ahead and take this first one off. There we go. And again, be careful with the rod. So I'm gonna go like that. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna put the bolts right in the middle. Whew, almost there, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna lift out the crank. Basically, you stick a finger in one side, hold on to this on the other, but before you pull it out, make sure you have a good place to place it. And so I put another mat down, I'm gonna put it over there. So I hear this is about 35 to 40 pounds. Big deal. Okay, and once you start lifting, you cannot put it back down. Super important. Okay. So I think my issue was the seal, this guy here. So I'm just gonna throw that off right now. And now I'm gonna go ahead and wiggle it just a little bit, but it has to come up like uniformly, and I think that's also what screwed me up. So let's try this again. This kind of sucks. Okay. You know what? I don't think my fingers are strong enough. If you... There we go. Beautiful. I got it. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's out. Okay guys, I'm gonna make this a 2-person job. I'm gonna have D on this side pushing out the pistons and rods for me. If he wants to, he can use the hammer to kind of tap them out, but it may not be necessary, so just kind of play that one by ear. I'm gonna catch them as they fling out on this side and line them up in an orderly fashion. So let's get going. I feel like we're birthing my K. So, Beautiful. You have to tap, yep. Aww. Isn't she sweet? Okay, he's like, can we just do this? Beautiful. That was a fast one. Beautiful. And let's do the last guy. I'm not going to say what I was thinking. Perfect. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top. Awesome. Okay guys, we are officially done with the teardown of the K24A2. Now a couple takeaways. We're not going to be using anything except the lower block, the crank, the cam, possibly the head, not sure. We may be doing K20 head, but again, it's still a little bit up in the air. But if you are reusing a whole lot of these parts, the pistons and rods, so on and so forth, make sure you store them in an orderly fashion, definitely label, keep them in a clean, safe place. I think I already said wrap them up. Just be careful. You want to know exactly what order they came in. If one is completely bad when you take it out, you'll want to know which exact one it was so that you can get another one to put right in the same exact position. And yeah, just kind of take your time. It's not a fast job. It is kind of a slower job, but you'll be glad you did it in the long run. So, oh my gosh, learned a lot. Learned I literally love K-Series. I can't wait to already tear down my next one, even though this one isn't even in the car yet. But we're gonna find a good machinist to take care of this, probably down in SoCal somewhere. And as soon as it gets back, we're gonna have part 7 for you. So in the meantime, feel free to take a gander at all my other videos. I've got a lot of the Civic while it had the B series in it, doing a bunch of stuff to it. You guys might want to check out my S2K videos. And of course, if you're into the four-wheeling, I've got a bunch of Ford FJ videos for you as well. I've got a little bit of everything. We have like 10 or 11 cars. Like you're not gonna be bored. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button to R&D Garage, and thank you for it. Take care, guys.